A world-first video clear perspective of Dragonsong Ultimate removed by Square Enix. Yoshi-P congratulates world-first teams without naming the top group, unlike previous tiers. A conflicting statement about the use of third-party programs from Naoki Yoshida in May 2022. 2 banned streamers in May 2022 due to using add-ons while streaming, getting pulled out of mid-raid and then banned for 10 days, and much, much more. Today we will discuss third-party tools in Final Fantasy XIV, the dramas they have caused over the years up to the May 2022 drama, and how add-ons in other MMORPGs have dealt with this issue. So sit back and grab a brew, because the Addon Apocalypse is upon us. In 2021, Final Fantasy XIV's producer Naoki Yoshida, in a live stream broadcast, told players to stop using third-party tools, and if we ban you, it is your own fault, in a response to a question about the use of third-party programs. He expanded on the grey area of add-ons and how there is no simple solution to the problem. However, his resounding message was simple: please do not use add-ons. 2 years later, tens of thousands of players are using add-ons, including popular content creators who are showcasing them to their mass audiences on both YouTube and Twitch. And as I was writing the script for this video, a new announcement was released on May 9th, 2022 by the Square Enix Twitter page, firstly congratulating all progression groups on the new Ultimate, but also linking to a new statement about third-party add-ons from Naoki Yoshida himself in response to the escalated use of third-party programs. This was the second public message specifically dedicated to add-on usage. A few days later, 2 progression raiders from different data centers were pulled out of raid and into the GM jail, facing a 10-day ban. Make no mistake, Yoshi-P is wielding his "you thought I was playing" hammer, and just like in Heaven on High, if you're standing in front of the boss with the cleave, back to level 1 you go. Except the cleave is Yoshi-P's hammer, and the ones getting hit are the unfortunate souls displaying their add-on usage for the world to see. Having played this game since closed beta, there was a heavy use of ACT triggers and ACT itself in Alexander Gordius and Midas, which was about 7 years ago. However, in recent years, the add-on scene for Final Fantasy XIV has grown incredibly large and more complex, with tens of thousands of players employing some type of add-on to improve the quality of the game in various ways. Even popular content creators are using add-ons. Videos of every ultimate weapon on day 1 by a non-raider? Add-on. Videos of items not even in the game until the next patch? Add-on. And much, much more. It is everywhere. Now, you can generally summarize add-ons into the following categories. Visual enhancements, which change the shaders and the effects of the game locally, a popular add-on in the screenshot, posing, and housing community. Quality of life enhancements, which locally change the game's user experience. This one is popular among most players because some of the add-ons are legitimately better than what Final Fantasy XIV's user experience provides out of the bag. And gameplay enhancements, which call out mechanics, provide buff auras, cooldown timers, and can often trivialize mechanics. These are the add-ons that generate the most heat from the raiding community because they are affecting gameplay mechanics in the raid environment. Now, I will not lie to you, some of these add-ons legitimately look great from a quality of life point of view, especially the user experience ones. However, due to the new statement by Naoki Yoshida, I'm going to revert from showcasing these on the video and give 2 quick examples. One example would be the Chat Bubbles plugin, an add-on that presents text above the player's head every time they type a message, which I imagine is an extremely effective feature for those who roleplay. Another would be the Radial Class Change Pie menu, allowing you to switch classes within a single menu in a matter of seconds. These are just 2 examples of many which are enhancing Final Fantasy XIV's quality of life and user experience whilst not harming anyone else in the game. Now, gameplay add-ons such as ACT and others that are equivalent to Deadly Boss mods from World of Warcraft provide advantages in raid content in some of the following ways. Able to see damage output and raw numbers on the screen, aka a DPS log. Able to program triggers to read out mechanics or to notify a player of a buff being used. Provide weak auras, showing available buffs in the raid anywhere on the screen. And hand-holding of mechanics, where in extreme examples, mechanics being called out before they happen. These are not all the features, but they do summarize a lot of what gameplay add-ons do. I would say these are by far the most controversial ones in the raiding scene, splitting the community down the middle regarding their legitimacy. Having been witness to most of the third-party program drama in Final Fantasy XIV, I'm going to cover a timeline of issues caused in the game regarding add-ons and their usage, as well as looking at how other games deal with this problem. So, one was Asmongold, a popular Twitch streamer. They interviewed a player heavily invested into the not safe for work modding side of Final Fantasy XIV. The video was around about 23 minutes long and discussed various elements of not safe for work modding, how it is received, how the general modding community reacts to it. Images of Asmongold's character were shown in the video with him being tied up and certain sections of his character's body being bulged up. What attention to detail. This video went out to around about 360,000 views on YouTube and anywhere from 50,000 plus on Twitch at the time it was streaming. All good, right? Well, unfortunately, this modder who was doing the not safe for work stuff, who was being interviewed, received significant backlash for their use of add-ons, especially under the context which you could say is on the extreme end of modding, which is that not safe for work crowd. On November 16, 2019, World First Group thoughts per second down the Epic of Alexander Ultimate. In one of the point of view videos, an add-on called Paisley Park was used to change waymarkers automatically to coincide with a new phase, as opposed to placing them manually. This prompted Square Enix to remove the ability from the official game and the fact that you could use waymarkers in combat. That was all removed. And that is why you can only set these nowadays before a pull, despite for many years having been able to place waymarkers in combat. In May 2022, 2 streamers so far have been banned for using UI add-ons and add-ons in general on their streams during progression. This has resulted in both players being taken out of the raid, put into the GM jail, warned, and then given a 10-day suspension from the game. Now, it's theorized that this was due to report brigading, but we do not know. If this starts to pick up, we could see reports being used as a weapon to get people banned who are using add-ons. As of today, the 10th of May, there is panic to a degree. People are not going to be streaming with their add-ons, but people aren't going to be streaming without their add-ons because they're so used to them. Due to the lack of video existing for both cases, and there only being screenshots for one of them, it's hard to tell if the players were being toxic, but it doesn't look like they were. It just looks like they were the victims of a mass reporting. This is a new development for this type of situation because Square Enix have taken action against players for having user interface add-ons on their stream and issued a ban. That is new as of May, and we're starting to see a new sort of shift towards the Addon Apocalypse as we move forward. In May 2022, World First Red Mage Clear video was removed by Square Enix. So the video in question, it did have a few add-ons. The ones that I remember from the VOD were there was a slidecast marker, and when you can start moving. There were 1 or 2 ACT triggers, and there was the ability to track buffs as well. Either way, there was some type of add-on being showcased. This was removed by Square Enix. Alongside this, an announcement without group names was set out by the development team on the official Square Enix Twitter. For comparison's sake, here was the last World First Congratulations announcement for TEA, and now here is the one for Dragonsong Ultimate. A statement was also attached to the congratulation post, doubling down on the use of add-ons and third-party programs. My opinion on this is that the new batch of World First Clears have showed add-ons to the public, and with this type of content being viewed by thousands, it was something harmful for the developer's game because it sends the message of, I need add-ons to compete at a world race level. At least that's what I think is going on here. The examples just mentioned are a small glimpse into both the social and corporate consequences of using add-ons in the public light. In all scenarios, many eyes were on the content being viewed. There are many more situations like the previously mentioned. In all situations, players were either defamed, banned, or a reaction from Square Enix was given. Modding in Final Fantasy XIV is very much a Fight Club mantra of nobody talks about modding, especially in public. And as time goes along, Square Enix are protesting more and more about add-on usage, focusing first on those with influence and large audiences to bring down the hammer. Time will tell, but I feel the add-on apocalypse is only just beginning. That brings me to the following question. How do other popular MMORPGs treat add-ons? In World of Warcraft, it's safe to say that add-ons are a core part of the game design. Raid encounters are designed with add-ons in mind to the point where joining a guild without add-ons is seen as a negative for anyone wanting to do progression. And therefore, anytime you tune into a World of Warcraft content creator during a raid, their game UI looks like it's been designed for an aircraft simulator.
Blue early as well. FFXIV now.
World of Warcraft shows us a potential glimpse into the future for Final Fantasy XIV if add-ons continue to get popular, and with more popularity, more demands for change and more competition between add-on creators. And this is why I feel Yoshida and his team have a strong stance on add-ons to begin with. Personally, I do not feel as though this would go down the routes of fights being designed specifically around add-ons. After all, Final Fantasy XIV is first and foremost an accessible and casual game in both its Savage and normal raid content. And the development team they've made this clear in past broadcasts as well. However, on the player side, the more effective the add-on, the more players will flock to it, and we have seen historically that showcasing these add-ons in both public and competitive scenes lead to a negative outcome. I'm torn on this subject, and there is a huge grey area. Add-ons exist due to the developer not working the quality of life features into the game fast enough. There are also third-party programs such as Discord, which is a core element to any type of raiding gameplay. But in the statement given in May 2022, you could technically be banned for using Discord. If Square Enix are beginning to move into the direction of adding popular add-on functions into the base game, such as the recent implementation of a tick next to all items you already own, which was only available through an add-on previously, then things are starting to look good for the future. However, Square Enix need to outline their communications clearly. The May 2022 statement about third-party programs was unclear and too political to make any sense from. They need a clear message moving forward, such as a set of governed rules for which types of add-ons are allowed and which are not, both under the general guise of not discussing them in public. So, what say you? What side of the add-on apocalypse are you on? Add-ons for all or respecting the developer's wishes? Does there need to be a compromise on both sides? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like the video, subscribe and give it a like, you know, the usual. For now, I am out.